DA in the case of Emmanuel Haro has come out here with some very strong words and opinions for the former judge that was over Jake Haro's case, stating that Emmanuel would still be alive today if people had done their job before when he hurt his 10-week-old baby. It is also being said that Jake Haro is in jail talking, admitting that he unalived the child and threw the baby in the trash. So him going out to the field, was that a distraction? Because, if you have someone thrown out in the trash and they go to the trash dump, do you know it's very hard and more than likely unlikely that they will not find a body. Let's get into this story. Everything is alleged, fair use, and trigger warning. If you are easily triggered, please click off now.
Breaking news, prosecutors say the father of a missing 7-month-old boy should have already been in prison before he allegedly killed his infant son. Thank you for joining us for the KTLA 5 News at noon. I'm Lou Parker.
And I'm Lauren Lister. Glenn Walker has the day off. Law enforcement officials are sharing new details about the Inland Empire couple accused of killing their young child.
KTLA 5's Jillian Smuckler is live in Riverside with the very latest. Jillian.
Hi, Lou and Lauren. Yeah, the biggest development that came out of that press conference a short time ago is that law enforcement has a pretty good idea of where Emmanuel Haro's remains are. They wouldn't go into detail because they're worried it will hinder the investigation, but they say there's a good amount of evidence leading them to search a specific area. What I can tell you is a lot of questions were asked today that kind of painted a better picture of why they're narrowing down the search and why both Jake and Rebecca Haro, Emmanuel's parents, are facing the charges that they are. So take a look at this video right here. This was from the joint press conference where they discussed the case. They say there's a huge amount of evidence that Jake and Rebecca Haro faked the child's kidnapping nearly 2 weeks ago. They wouldn't elaborate on what that evidence is, but they say it proves Emmanuel was severely abused over a period of time and that both parents would have known about that abuse. They described the baby's father, Jake, as an experienced child abuser, and they say he should have gone to prison for his last child abuse case. Now, a judge granted Jake probation, which is a ruling they call outrageous and detrimental to the current case.
When we talk about why we're here in the first place, that we believe someone murdered baby Emmanuel, who should still be in prison, but we have this unbelievable love for criminals, believing that they're somehow victims, and now we're all traumatized by it.
That judge had done his job as he should have done, Emmanuel would be alive today. And that's a shame, and it's an outrage.
Now, sources told News Nation that Jake Haro made a chilling confession to a fake inmate posed as his cellmate. Now, those sources say Jake admitted to killing his son Emmanuel and dumping his body in a trash can at his home. Now, I did ask about those reports during that press conference, and the district attorney denied that happened, saying there's been no confession made in jail from either parent. We also asked about what, if anything, the parents have said to investigators thus far, including what brought them to that specific area that was searched over the weekend. They said there's been some level of cooperation from the parents, but they wouldn't go into detail about what exactly was said. Now, they said there has been hundreds of hours spent going through some of that forensic data and also combing the area, but they say they cannot tell us exactly what is leading to that search area again. They do say they had to get the search warrants, the forensic data helped them in this investigation, but again, hours spent searching for baby Emmanuel's body, who they believe is now dead. Now, Rebecca and Jake Haro are also charged with filing a fake police report. They said really that's the reason they were having this press conference to begin with. They said the couple came out 2 weeks ago and they claimed their baby was kidnapped, which they found is not true. They say there's a lot of evidence that suggests otherwise. So they say they wanted to come out here, debunk some of the rumors that are circulating about the case. Obviously, it's getting a lot of attention nationwide from people near and far, just hoping that baby is found. But those charges that the parents are facing, they carry a minimum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. One more thing I do want to mention that is during that press conference, they said the death penalty is actually not on the table. So before we reported that being charged murder with malice qualifies for the death penalty, but it doesn't appear that prosecutors will be seeking that in this case. The DA says they're not offering a plea deal to either defendant. They want a trial and they want justice for the family. Of course,
I just can't believe the mother is still doubling down on that lie. I will keep you guys updated on this case, and I will be doing a full breakdown. So make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, set it to all, so you'll be notified anytime I go live, upload, or premiere. Please be kind to one another. Unapologetically Mika, out.